Hey, so I don't know about you, but my next semester of university is literally just a few days away. And I think especially because of the difficult year that we just came out of, it's super understandable that most of us aren't feeling really motivated or optimistic about this new year and probably haven't been preparing. But have no fear, I am here with some tips and tricks that you can utilize in order to better prepare for the semester ahead of you. Hopefully this video will inspire and motivate you to start off the semester on the best foot possible and also get some good grades in the process. Although I can't really control your individual success, I can suggest tips that I've used in the past that have been tried and true and really work. The first step is to establish your study mode. This essentially means you create a study space and have a study schedule. Essentially putting in place things that when you go to that place or reach that specific time in your day, that is your study mode. You are the most productive and most motivated then because this is the time that you've set in place for a really long time in order to get stuff done. Now, when I created my study mode or study time, I realized that really harsh scheduling didn't work for me. And instead what worked was just like relative timelines. So instead of saying something like, I'm gonna work on English at 2 and then I'm going to do math at 4, I instead said things like, I have 5 hours to finish my English writings and my math homework. So I could kind of structure my day on how I wanted to finish those tasks, but still setting a specific deadline that I wanted to get those tasks done by. So it wasn't really pressure of me having to sit down and do one thing for one specific time period, but instead I can kind of go back and forth between the tasks that I needed to get done. So it's more flexible and less stressful, at least for me. The next part of the study mode is to create a study space that is conducive to learning. A place that you can go that you have pretty much everything you need, and every single time that you sit there, your brain associates that location with the time to start working hard. Some good study spaces I can suggest are your kitchen table or an office or a desk in your room, or you can even go outside of your home in places like cafes, lounges, school libraries, normal public libraries, even restaurants. Anywhere that you can stay for a long period of time that isn't too loud and has minimal distractions is a perfect place to set as your study space. Some places that I suggest you don't study in are places that are either too comfortable, like your bed or like a couch, and places that aren't comfortable enough. So let's say you're like studying in a windy park and all your papers are flying all over the place. Or a place that's super crowded with a bunch of people and very noisy, making it hard for you to concentrate. At the end of the day, your study place should be somewhere that you can go with minimal distractions and noise, but also just like an aura and environment for you to like get excited about learning. Also, a study session playlist doesn't hurt, and you may be thinking to yourself, Aaliyah, I don't have a study playlist. I don't even know like what to listen to. I just like go on Spotify and listen to like Dua Lipa while I try to do my math homework, and it's not really helping. Well, look no further. I've created a study playlist with over 12 hours of songs, curated, tested, tried and true to make you the most productive that you can ever be. Check it out. I'll have it linked in the description box down below. Point 2 is to make an effort to research and get to know your profs. Before you go into class or log on to Zoom, you want to have a good idea of who's going to be teaching you for the next 4 to 6 months. One of the best resources that I discovered in university was Rate My Prof. I kid you not, that has been probably one of the most accurate sites that I've used in order to get to know what my professors are like before actually going to the class. This is not sponsored, but just so you know what Rate My Prof is, you can type in the name of the prof and the university that you're studying at, and from there, they will give you real reviews of the prof and the course and how they teach it by students who've actually taken it. And some students actually share their grades, so you can see like, okay, this person with an A suggests that you read lectures. This person with an A+ suggests that you should watch lectures more than one time, take notes, use the textbook, don't use the textbook. The Rate My Prof resource isn't just about bashing profs and like talking about how terrible the prof that you're gonna have is. It's also a good resource for you to use and search for students that did successful in that course with that prof. What did they do to get an A+? What did they do to get an A? You should use as much resources as possible to be as best prepared, because let's face it, you're gonna be in university for like 2 to 4 years in order to get your degree. And during that time, you are not going to always have good profs. I'm in my 3rd year. I can tell you, there will be profs that you absolutely hate. There will be profs where you don't wanna go to class. But I'm happy that I started using Rate My Prof when I did, because I had a heads up for profs that may not have been the best, and it also gave me strategies to do well in their class. Also, I know we all want to be like, oh, I'm so shy, but make friends with your profs. Guys, I'm telling this to you as much as I'm telling it to myself. I am not like super talkative. I just want to go in and go out and not interact with them at all. But I've realized the classes that I do talk to profs in are the ones that I enjoy much more, the ones whose materials I relate to better, and at the end of the day, the ones I do better in. Now, I don't think once you start getting into university, the classes of like 700 students, that your prof is gonna be like, oh, this is Aaliyah's test, I'm gonna bump up her mark. It's not really like high school in that way, but I think it helps to have a connection with the person that is teaching you. Even profs that you may find to be unapproachable or may appear to be cold at first, really just want students to reach out to them, and from there it encourages them to like put more effort in because they see that people care. And yes, I know it's gonna be cringe. You're gonna like have to send an email to your prof and be like, hey, I've been looking at your research and I really like what you're doing and I'm super excited to take this course for you. It will be cringy, it will be embarrassing, you will be scared and shaking in your boots after class as you line up to speak with them. You will have to simp for your prof. I know we don't want to do that, you gross. Maybe you just want to be like the 99% of other students who don't interact with their profs, just go into class, get the material, study and struggle on their own, and then take the exam and be happy with their mark? Or do you want to be that 1% that stands out to your prof in a way that makes him or her want to teach better? Or possibly you can gain a connection with them that leads you into research opportunities, or becoming a TA with them, or graduate school information, or reference letters. There's so many benefits with just being a nice person, which I know you guys already are. All you have to do is go out there and like start talking. You got it. I believe in you. Point 3 is finding your planning method. Listen, everyone has their holy grail method of keeping their assignments in line and up to date. Whether that be like a really cool bullet journal, or using your iPhone reminders, or having like a nifty app on the App Store that you use that like pings you reminders when things are coming due. Regardless of what it is super beneficial to have a visual spread of all the assignments you need to do with the reminders of when they're due, so that you're always on top of your tasks and you're more prepared in the long run. If you're personally looking for suggestions of applications to use, I have 2 I can recommend you. One is Notion, and I know you're like, oh my goodness, everyone's talking about Notion. Like, why do you keep talking about Notion? We know Notion is great. Obviously, you're like a study YouTuber, so you have to swear by Notion. To be fair, I've just started using Notion like at the beginning of this week and started inputting my planning and stuff like that. So I will be committing to using Notion for the rest of the semester. And if you're interested in a video on Notion when I'm done, I mean, I can give you a video. I really like it so far. I think it's really clean, but I know some people can get overwhelmed with the bells and whistles. It's basically like a computer science, like simplified code version of like a planner that's could be a bullet journal. It has like a whole bunch of stuff that I know some people are not into. Another app that I use is called iStudies Pro, and it's basically an app that I believe is only exclusively for Apple products. I have it on my Mac, my iPhone, and my iPad, and I put in exam dates, assignments, and other important due dates in there so that I'm pinged whenever I have an assignment due right on my phone or my computer or my iPad, so I have a good reminder of when stuff needs to get done. Point 4, you need to develop a healthy release. So what this means is basically finding something to do that takes you completely away from school. Work-life balance is super important, especially if you're in really intensive like honors programs, or even like just regular schooling. It's tough. So you want to find something that allows you to not only step away from school, but have some fun and like have some dimension. You can be like, yeah, like I like knitting, like that's my hobby. You want something to do that adds to your skill level, but also isn't something that you have to commit too much to. Things that I recommend as being a healthy release are things like exercising, cooking, anything creative like drawing, photography, videography, I don't know, like essential oil collecting, anything that gives you a nice release from school where you can do it and not think about anything. You can channel like all of your energy and attention into that one thing, and that's something that's enjoyable for you. I know it's like, oh, like in my hobbies, like I read, but maybe you're not a reader. Maybe reading just like gives you PTSD and reminds you like all the assignments that you need to do. If reading is not your thing, you don't have to say that you're a reader just to be like, oh yeah, my hobby, I read. Like maybe you like to play video games. If that is a healthy release for you that you can manageably fit in boxes that allow you to take small to like moderate breaks to studying, then go ahead and do that. You don't have to like be like, yeah, in my free time I play piano and we're learning blah, blah, blah. Just find something that you truly enjoy and that doesn't take up too much of your time and that is healthy, and make that your own. Another important aspect is nutrition and keeping your body in tip-top shape. Let me tell you, especially in second year, I did not eat at all. Like I would eat like one meal a day, which was super bad. I would be busy like running all around campus, or even like when we transitioned online, I would simply just stay at home, sit in my monitor, go to lecture and not take a break to just eat something, drink some water, and just take time to consume food that my body needs to work on. Let me give you this analogy that like my mom gave me. Think of a Ferrari. A car needs fuel, okay? A car needs fuel because fuel is what cars burn to like run on and like zoom around. Ferraris need a very specific amount of fuel. They need like some expensive fuel, like premium diesel or whatever, to put into the Ferrari. So they need not only fuel but quality fuel in order for the car to run as best as it can and at its full capacity. The same thing is with your body. Your body not only needs to be fueled frequently with like food, but it needs to be good food. It needs to be substances that your body enjoys eating and that it can properly and efficiently use in order to get done everything that you're demanding of it when you're in school for like 7 hours a day. So I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it anymore. I don't want to see people living off of like Adderall and like caffeine pills and Red Bulls. Sweetheart, no. You need food. Please eat. Please go eat. Let's take a moment to eat. Did you eat today? Did you drink water? These are questions that you should be asking yourself and that I'm asking you right now. Like, look at yourself. Look at yourself. Did you eat? No. So go eat. And point 5, which I really want to drive home, is the fact that there is no pressure, babes. No pressure. I want to let you guys know that I am not the perfect student. There are some days where I literally do not do anything. I procrastinate the whole day. I watch YouTube, I play video games, I do everything that I need to do but school. And I will tell you this, having 1, 2, 3 lazy days, a lazy week, is not really going to set you off your path of doing well in school. As long as you're able to regroup and recenter, sometimes those sporadic lazy days that you don't even know where they came from are signals from your body saying it was overworked. It needed some time for itself to regroup, restore everything that it was drained of when you were studying. Studying and being a student is not easy. Getting good grades and getting straight A's or A pluses is not easy. And I think sometimes when we watch these videos and we see like all these successful people doing so many things and working 5 jobs while also studying, like writing a book and like running a YouTube channel, it makes us feel like we're not doing enough. But I want to let you know that you are doing enough right where you are. Regardless of how much you achieve and how much you're doing, if you do not come to terms and accept how you're doing and agree that you are doing the best that you can, even if you get like really good marks, there will always be something that bothers you and makes you feel like you're not enough. So start with knowing that what you're doing right now is enough. You're doing great. Don't worry so much about the little things and the little like, oh my gosh, like I got an 80, what's gonna happen to my average? Or oh my goodness, I only got like a B plus in this course, my GPA is screwed. There's so much more to school than just getting good grades. It's about meeting new people and discovering new things and just having fun. So make the most of your school experience this semester, whether it be online or hybrid or fully in person. you can always make the most of your experience. Try your best, and I know that you can achieve great things, hopefully without these study tips that I gave you. All right, outro time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end, I hope that you enjoyed it. If you found something helpful in this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have your own tips, let me know in the comments down below. I want to know what you guys do to be productive and do well in school, because I know I got some scholars following me. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy this content. It would mean a lot to me, and you would also get like my videos in your inbox. Also, if you're interested, I do have a TikTok at aaliyah.academia where I post time lapses, motivational content, Bible studies, tips and tricks. So if you're interested, you can follow me at Aaliyah Academia on TikTok. And also feel free to check out the playlist that I mentioned earlier. It's over 12 hours of songs that have been tried and true my whole university experience. I started that like 3 years ago in first year, and now I'm in third year, still using and adding frequently to the same playlist. So make sure to go and check it out if you're interested. Give it a like and a follow. I know I said a lot in this video, but that's about it from me. Please know that I am rooting for you. I know that you can do great things this semester. I pray that you have a super blessed semester that's filled with success and no stress. And I will see you guys in the next video. All the best for the new year. Bye.